And clergy abuse victims meet Pope Francis. The three men call their private talks very helpful and respectful. The three men abused in Chile stood on a terrace as thousands gathered in St. Peter's Square for the Holy Father's Sunday prayer. During a January visit to Chile, the Pope called their claims slander. After criticism, Francis invited them to be his guests at the Vatican. Edward Penton, Rome correspondent for EWTN's National Catholic Register, joins us. Pope Francis asked the Holy See not to reveal what was talked about with the abuse victims, but they are speaking out. What are they saying?
Yes, well, Juan Carlos Cruz, one of the victims, said that he spent 2.5 hours with the Holy Father and said it was a very respectful, affectionate and close meeting with the Holy Father. He found it very helpful, and he said that all the victims, when they left, felt at peace. Another victim, Jose Murillo, also said it was very respectful and frank. He spent 2 hours with the Pope, and he said that what needs to happen is that there needs to be responsibility taken. It's not just about forgiveness, it's about abuse of power, and he wants to see that happen in the future.
And what's the background here? What's the context? Can you provide that?
Yes, well, it goes back to Father Fernando Caradima in Chile, who was accused of abusing these victims. They were then several bishops, four, including Juan Barros, were accused of covering up this abuse. The Holy Father chose to obviously believe those who were around him, who were giving him advice, but the advice he realized was wrong, and that in fact there was allegations after an investigation carried out by the Vatican, which are serious allegations which showed that there was probably a cover-up. So then he invited these victims to Rome to ask for forgiveness and to apologize.
And so Pope Francis was criticized for those earlier actions, for not doing enough to address the clergy sex abuse scandal. Is this meeting a turning point?
Well, up to a point, Juan Carlos Cruz said it obviously is very welcomed it very much, but he said more needs to be done, and he spoke about concrete changes. It wasn't enough just to meet the victims. He wants genuine action to happen, real action on the ground. But on the whole, though, it's certainly a very positive thing for both the victims and the Vatican. I think the meeting was seen to be very successful.
Okay, very tough topic. Thank you, Edward Penton from the National Catholic Register. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you, Jason.